Hi there, my name is Connor Mayer, and today I will be discussing my final project. The proof I chose is, let a and b be elements of the positive integers. Prove that the square root of a plus the square root of b is irrational, so long as a and b are not both perfect squares. The first step is to think about each piece of the prompt to come up with a clear strategy. Since I want to prove something is irrational, I know that means it is all the real numbers outside the rational numbers. This is my prevailing thought, and with this it becomes clear a proof by contradiction is the correct path, as it will be easier to show that the prompt is not rational rather than to show it is irrational. Thus, the proof needs to identify the type of proof I will use, the elements used in the proof with their definitions, and at the end clearly summarize the logic and conclusion. Let's dissect this proof. This is a proof by contradiction. Let a and b be elements of the positive integers, where a and b are not perfect squares. Finally, let the square root of a plus the square root of b be elements of Q, or the rational set. Any element of Q takes the form of C over D, where C and D are elements of the integers. So squaring any element of Q yields C squared over D squared, which is rational. Therefore, we can use the same logic, so the square root of a plus the square root of b squared should also be rational. Simplifying this, we get a plus 2 times the square root of a times b plus b. However, we see that 2 times the square root of a times b is irrational. Therefore, by contradiction, the square root of a plus the square root of b is irrational, so long as we meet our initial criteria of a and b not being perfect squares. In setting out to do this proof, there was a few things we wanted to make sure we did. We wanted to let the audience know exactly what kind of proof we were doing. We wanted to display the elements and define them succinctly. And finally, we wanted to step through our logic and provide a quick summary at the end. In doing so, we showed that not only was this a contradiction, we also proved through this contradiction that the prompt was correct in saying that the square root of a plus the square root of b is irrational. Thank you for listening. I plan on leaving this proof on the screen for a little while longer. That way, if you have any questions and need to read through, you may.